if you want to share something. That's a cold opening, brother.
Right.
It's a cold. You got it, brother.
Yep. All right. I think the notifications just came in. Just making sure we good.
Yeah, it should be all good.
Should be go. Yep. There we go. We live. Yep. There it is right there. All right. Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.
All praise to Hawa Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakah HaKwadash. Double honors to the beloved apostles and elders of Great Millstone, better known as GMS, who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect, the tabernacle of David, beginning with the 144,000 and the rest of the men, women, and children out of the 12 tribes from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, will ultimately have mercy upon in these last days. All right. And I'm joined by the beloved elders, the brother Elder Gabar Yahweh, also the brother GMS Yashar, and the beloved elder Raquar Kwan from the UK. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right. And yeah, you guys got it. You want to kick it off?
Hey, you got an elder Raquar? Since you got more information on it than us right now, so you go ahead and break it out, man.
Yeah. Well, I just been watching it for 15 minutes, from what I see, looks like America and Israel did a preemptive strike in Iran, and then Iran retaliated. Something we've seen previously, but it's a step in the right direction. We just gotta watch and pray, stay diligent, watch closely to see how this thing unfolds over the next 24 hours. But we know where it's gonna go ultimately,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
that's pretty much it, man. They've attacked a couple American bases. I think they did some kind of strike in Dubai. It's hard to get all the information together because when things are fresh.
Yeah.
But they've done a few strikes in the region, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, Zaquan, one of the video what you just mentioned, I had a video here. So it was the place that got attacked. It was Qatar, Abu Dhabi, and there's the country starts with B. Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Yeah. Those three, they're the ones that I guess Iran put a strike on.
Here you go. And these countries, those countries that they hit, Qatar is a main hub for American military, right? Especially Doha, Qatar. Then you got the one in Bahrain, which was I had looked it up. It said that it said the attack happened in a U.S. base. Right here. It said Tehran attacks U.S. base live. Iran fired missiles at U.S. Navy center in Bahrain. Right. So yeah, we see that happening right now. And let me play a little bit, see what happens.
Remember, the Supreme Leader of Iran has not recently publicly escalated tensions with Iran. A spokesperson for Iran's civil aviation has announced an
Yeah, this is I just what do you call it? And this is like it's in the middle of the city. Like what military infrastructure is in the middle of the city in Tehran, bro?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All these civilians just walking them by. Because how is it selfish? It says LGM, my fault. We have a lot that I didn't mention, but those are the most well known. It says I'm just reading the comments. Give Trump to wake on a 2-week wrong in. I don't know what the hell these people talking about, but yeah. So there you got that. This is the Bahrain. Just to link up what you were saying, Zaquan. All right. So I got a precept real quick, man. Okay. This is hold on. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 30. It says, also the Carmanians range. I'll start at 28. This is 2nd Ezra 15, 28. Behold, in horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, okay, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, right? Those dragons of Arabia, those are those Arabic countries. Then I think you just said it hit two. It hit Abu Dhabi. Was it Abu Dhabi? And then the other one was Qatar.
Yeah.
Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and a multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble.
Yep.
Also, the Carmanians raging, which we know the Carmanians are the Iranians, the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. You got to break it down, brother.
Yeah. So when you go into that word Carmanians, like Zaquan was saying, I believe it's Kerman, if I'm pronouncing it right, Iran, right? And hey, they're going to be raging. As it says, I believe it's in the very next verse or two where it talks about they shall remember their true nature.
Oh,
and that's going into. Oh, okay, Con, you got it.
Yeah. Verse 31. It says, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves conspiring together in great power to persecute them, then these shall be troubled, bled, and keep silence through their power, and shall flee. So yeah,
right. So the time that we're in now, what we're seeing with the dragons of the Arabians, remember, they it's like it's a brotherhood to them when it comes to the Islamic faith. Because keep in mind, you got Turkey as well. And me and the brother Yashar, we tapped in a little bit earlier before starting the lesson. We spoke about this just briefly. And that goes back to Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, right? Where it talks about Gomar and Togomar. And we touched on this the last live lesson we came together and we spoke about this. So this is man, the water Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, these prophecies are coming out. Because now, guess what? Where all of this shit happening is popping off, right? Like Elder Apostle Rakar said, since the start of 2026, we ain't seen where the scoffers at.
Yeah.
We ain't seeing no scoffers. We ain't seeing none, right? So the Carmanians, going back to the point in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, all right, it said the moment that because I read up on it a little bit earlier, that when Babylon and Israel struck, they said it only took not even 30 minutes for Iran to retaliate. All right. That's what it's going into about that. Remember their true nature, because guess what? All right, we in that time right now. This is prophecy speaking. We in that time, fellas.
God. That word for it says Carmanians. The Carmanians were a fierce, warlike people from the ancient Persian province of Carmania, modern day Kerman, Iran, located north of the Persian Gulf, mentioned in 2nd Ezra 15 and 30 as wild boars and allies to the dragon of Arabia. And they are because they follow that Islam, right? They're not Arabians, they're Elamites, but they're allied with these Muslim countries. It says it says they were considered closely related to the Medes and the Persians, right? So these are the Iranians.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Iran, they changed their name from Persia. I think it was right around 1930, I want to say 33 or 31, one of them. It's right around the 30s, if I'm not mistaken.
It says, you got something to say, Elder Recoil Clown?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, man, and you was mentioning the Islamic ties. There's also, the economic and the strategic ties, like going back into China, Russia. They all have a vested interest in Iran because of the oil that's over there. So the whole thing is like a powder keg, ready to kick off. It's just a matter of time. When the Lord put the spirit on these different nations, you go back in Revelation 7 chapter, you got them angels holding back the four winds. It's only a matter of time, man. For, these man, they just do some crazy shit, man, and it all pops off. And you see who's pushing it, Esau. Who's supposed to be the man of peace, the civilized man. But he just gun toting, man. He out here like old dog from menace to society, man.
What you say about my mother? Yeah.
He just
If I
out here
can,
wilding, man.
Yeah.
But they're supposed to be the peaceful man, the civilized man, which is a lie.
Yeah.
He's the beast man, the violent man. That's what the scriptures say. The violent man,
Yep.
the man of sin, the murderer.
Mhm.
That's right. That's right. It says I asked the question, what strategic relationship does Iran have with Arabia? Following the March 2023 China brokered deal, Iran and Saudi Arabia have moved toward a strategic shifting from intense rivalry to cautious, pragmatic cooperation to de-escalate regional tension. Key relationships include dialogue, economic normalization, and joint efforts to manage conflict in Yemen and Syria, though deep-rooted suspicion remains. It says security, de-escalation. The primary strategic goal is stability with both sides working to prevent direct conflict. Well, we're in that right now. They're in direct conflict with America. The agreement includes reviving the 1990s era security pacts covering intelligence sharing and anti-terrorism cooperation, regional proxy management, a significant focus on managing proxy conflicts in Yemen and Syria aimed to ease in regional, particularly Gulf-sided security fears, economic cooperation, agreements aimed to boost trade, investment, and technological exchange, right? And then you got diplomatic and geopolitical relationships as well. So here it is, these two countries or people at once they were at odds with each other, and now they're shaking hands, making deals. Matter of fact, Saudi Arabia, right? This is 10 days ago, right? The Saudi Iranian detainee, a strategic imperative issue brief February 2026. So this was this month. It says key takeaways: Saudi and Iranian rapprochement is fragile but hangs on. Diplomatic engagement between Iran and Saudi Arabia has persisted despite the shock of the Israeli-American attack on Iran, June 2025. So this ain't the first time America attacked Iran. And the triggering of a snapback sanctions. Riyadh and Tehran share an interest in reducing tensions, yet remain wary of shocks. Trade normalizations remain mostly aspirational. Detainee is a strategic priority for Tehran. Snapback sanctions have increased the economic uncertainty facing Iran, and the threat of future military attacks by Israel is ever present, right? And that goes back to this right here, the book of Jeremiah 49 and 20. Therefore, hear the counsel of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that he have taken against Edom, and his purpose that he have purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. And you got it, Zaquan.
Yeah, because remember, they struck first. Israel struck first. And when you go back and view Nero number 47, his speech, what goes between 8 to 10 minutes. Why do you need 8 to 10 minutes to explain that you're going to war with another country? And it's almost like when you look at him at face value, when he's up there on the podium, it's like they ain't even want to do it. But, you know, Israel led the charge. And now guess what? Like I told Brother Yashar, that whole situation that happened about 6-7 days ago with Tucker Carlson and Huckabee, oh, you best believe that has something to do with it. Because see, Amalek, he exposed, man. He exposed all the way. You know, and then you carry that on to, as you said, the relationship. Like I said, China just gave what was, I think, those missiles, if I'm not mistaken, they're called the CM-302 supersonic missiles. They just gave that to Iran about a month ago, right? So everything, what's that? Proverbs 21. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, we're seeing it.
Yeah,
you know, you got it.
Oh, you got something? Oh, you sure?
I was gonna get a precept in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill, a time to heal, and a time to break down, a time to build up, a time to weep, and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get, a time to lose, a time to keep, and a time to cast away, a time to rant, a time to sue, and a time to keep silence, and a time to speak, a time to love, and a time to hate. So we're in a time of hate right now. That's the time we're coming into right now. There's no with the situation between Iran, USA, and Israel, but also there's like racial tension happening worldwide right now, especially if you're in Australia. Right, racism is getting crazy over here.
Yep.
A time of war, and that's what time we're in right now. A time of war, which when you go to the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, it tells you that before the return of Yahushua, there'll be rumors of wars, and that's what we're in right now.
Wars, rumors of wars.
Colin, if people can't see that we're in our time, then there's not much we can say to
Ya
them.
Allah! Ya Allah!
What's a lot about that, brother?
No, you good. You good. Calling out
They came out what the hell?
Yeah, Allah ain't saving you, my man.
Allah never shows up when these niggas getting blown to hell and back.
Nah,
never see the nigga. I ain't seen one miracle from Allah yet, man.
You know what I'm saying? It says a time of peace, and also if I'm not mistaken, with this situation happening right now, you elders can correct me. I believe Esau, he's like how about Shimon is gonna make Esau where he comes down and do that whole peace and safety, to where he's gonna keep the people cool and calm. There's no war happening, everything's good. Well, that's not so, because World War III has to happen by the way. Like there's no avoiding of World War III. World War III is going to happen, but we know East is going to come in and throw that peace and safety. This whole situation happening over there in the Middle East, calm down for a minute. But them Garrats, as you see what they're doing right now, they're gonna rise up again and do the same shit, which is gonna eventually lead to World War III. And this time there's no stopping it. It's gonna happen.
That's right. Yeah, it's a ebb and flow. Right, the hot war going. This is part of the hot war kicking up. It'll get hot, then it'll cool down, then they get hot again. Then it'll cool down, then they get hot again. And it's crazy because right now, a lot is being exposed between the relationship between America and the state of Israel. Right, people are getting frustrated at the closeness of these two countries, at the dependency that the state of Israel has on America. In fact, that how America's political system is bought and paid for by the elite banking families who are small hats using their proxies in Israel, right? I think it might have been Mike Huckabee or there was another senator too, or high level politician. They asked him America first or Israel first. He said Israel first. You know what I'm saying? Damn. So you got a lot going on at the same time, and like the elder said, it's kind of hard putting all this together right now because it's just happening. But as the smoke, the proverbial smoke clears, we're going to start to really see what's really happening, right? All these things that happen, because right now they're not putting troops right now on the ground. Once the troops get on the ground, then it's a wrap. But they just can't roll into Iran like that either. So what they're doing is they're trying to weaken certain strategic parts of Tehran, right? Because they need a new boogeyman. Yeah, you got Elder Rakar. Slaki.
Yeah, and bro was mentioning how they hit first. I don't know if you listen to, the devil, Donald J. Trump, the Edomite Messiah. He was on there giving like a detailed history of like Iran. They kidnapped this person and they did this and they did that. It's like, yeah, but what did you do? These devils are insane. Like he's literally there trying to justify what they're doing now, based on something from no one even remembers that. Like, what are you talking about? But we do remember not like a month or 2 months ago, you flipping they was what's it called, funding terrorists in Iran.
Yep.
To be shooting police and blowing up stations. He didn't mention all that. You know what I mean? So that's how this devil operates, man. They always trying to be the victim to justify their foolishness. When if you look into the details, they're not the victim, they're the villain. And they doing the same thing with Jake. Now they're like brothers say over there in Australia, here in the UK, in America, France, everywhere you go, Esau's the victim now.
Yep.
You know, we were the hobbits. That's what they're calling themselves. We're just the hobbits, man. We just these peaceful, civilized people, never harmed no one, never did anything. And these melanated monkeys from the third world is just on us for no reason. They hate us for no reason. What did I do?
Yeah.
You know, that's how these devils operating in these last days, man. And I want to pull a scripture, but if I leave my screen, it's gonna go. But did someone get Isaiah the 34th chapter, Baba Kusha, I believe.
Hey, Elder, can I get a quick precept for you to back you up as well, if you don't mind, Baba Kusha?
Can.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 3. It says, "The rich man have done wrong, yet he threateneth with. The poor is wrong, and he must entreat also."
Yeah, like we gotta play the villain when we're the victim. That's how Esau operates in the world. So here it is. They've been doing madness to Iran. They made a deal with Iran through Obama, which we know is all Obama, Trump. They're all working for the same people. But they did a deal with Iran. They already made the agreement that Iran was gonna use their nuclear what's it called, enrichment, to perform their their nuclear power plant, which according to the rules-based order, the international laws, you're allowed to use your nuclear your nuclear material to develop nuclear technology so that you could provide energy for your country. You don't have to make a bomb, right? But they keep making this big deal about the bomb, so they said, okay, we're only going to enrich our uranium to a certain amount, and then it will go to Europe. Europe will finish it off, and then we'll take that and use it for science and medical reasons and energy. And Obama made the deal. Obama unlocked a whole bunch of money that they had locked up in the American system. And then as soon as Trump came in, he reneged on the deal.
Yeah, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but yet war was in his heart.
So you can't deal with this dude, because as soon as Trump came in, he reneged on the deal for no reason. Iran weren't doing anything to nobody.
Nope.
They put in sanctions on them, which harms the poor people of Iran. It doesn't harm the rich; it harms the poor. So you're really doing collective punishment.
Yeah.
Right? Trying to put the people under siege to force regime change, but then you believe in democracy. So why don't you let the people choose? Then they're openly funding terrorist organizations linked with Al Qaeda inside of Iran. This man is insane.
Yeah, this man's out of control. Well, you want me to go ahead and Isaiah 34, Zaquan?
Yeah, straight from the top, because the Lord's going to use this Edomite to bring a great judgment, man, on all the peoples.
That's right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh Shai is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter.
Yeah, so the Lord's going to use this Edomite and his conniving ways to bring all these nations into this World War III, and they deserve it too. These Arabs, bunch of, I don't want to use nothing to get brothers' channels taken down, but we know what these men are into. These men will lock up their woman in the house and take them boys out to dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We know what these guys are into. They're heathens, they're idolaters, they're wicked. All these nations, they're all wicked. Esau's just the what's he called? He's just the star of the wicked show. But they're all wicked. The Lord's going to bring judgment on all of them.
That's right.
So he's going to use Esau in his wisdom, in his great high IQ state, to bring all these nations into a terrible, terrible judgment, man. Because all these nations possess the destructive capability that's been unknown on the planet.
Yep.
You know, that like the scriptures say, man, turn your plowshares into swords.
Yep.
All these nations, they got missiles for days, and they're gonna use them.
Real quick, this is the I'll get back to Isaiah, but since you brought it up, this is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse was it 14? It says 10. Yep, 10. I'll start at 9. Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of the war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And these nations, they have these destructive capabilities. Now they saying they strong. Right? They're willing to go to war with anybody if they can let them nuclear missiles go off. And they, like the Zaquan said, this is unknown destruction that's about to happen. Because when's the last time you heard a nation being attacked with nuclear capabilities and we saw the results of that, the end results of that? You haven't.
Yeah. And hey, bro, before we even get to that point, it's crazy. Remember that the conventional weapons these people have before you even get to nuclear is crazy.
Yeah.
Before you even launch nukes, these nations are going to be decimated because they got mad amounts of missiles, man. Beyond, like, yeah, they got the nukes, but there's that's the next level. You got a level beneath that. They've got thousands upon thousands of millions of missiles just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Salakia, if I can back you up, Elder. Remember when Iran struck Israel last year, it was said by the foreign minister that the missiles that Iran dropped on the dome, that penetrated the dome, that was old technology. He said they haven't even scratched the surface yet, what they really have on the ground.
Yeah, they got all them hypersonics. Then you got the situation in Venezuela, which we told people, yeah, this guy is just showing weakness, really, because they haven't conquered Venezuela. That was just a little show that they put on. No one even talks about that no more. Like, what happened with that?
Yep.
They said they were running Venezuela. Well, what happened with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nah, you a little pirate. You went in there, you kidnapped a brer, and now you're on a little pirate scheme, but the country's still there with the same people in charge.
Yeah.
So when this war kicks off, it's gonna kick off in South America too.
Yep.
And in the Caribbean, just like in World War II, you had multiple theaters of warfare. You had the main warfare, which was in Europe, but they were also fighting in Africa. They were fighting in the Atlantic. They were fighting in the Pacific. It's going to be like that again, except this time the epicenter is not going to be in Europe. The epicenter is going to be in the Middle East.
That's right.
But you're going to get, the war is going to be a world war. All these different nations and multiple theaters.
Yeah.
China's going to be getting busy over there in the South China Sea, Hawaii, all of that.
Yeah.
Then you go over there in the Atlantic, Cuba, Brazil, all these nations, they're going to take it to America in that Caribbean Ocean, man. They're going to take it to them in them lands.
Yeah.
It's going to get popping out here. It's just a matter of time, but people don't realize that that's where the Lord's taking it. All these nations' armies are going to have to suffer.
Yeah. Well, and then like in the first two world wars, America waited to the end to get up in there. Nah, you're gonna be from the beginning until it's over. And it ain't gonna be several years of infighting with these people, and you sitting there trying to get diplomatic, and then y'all gonna come to some agreement after all this turmoil. No, Yahweh Shai is coming, right? Yahweh Shai is coming. He gonna take you down, man. He gonna destroy your armies in that Middle East, the main theater of war. And I always say that. You know, the first time I ever heard of theater was in the army when we were Salakia, brother. Give me a quick second. Go ahead and speak, brother.
I was going to say, Tribes of Israel 95 posted this. Nuclear proliferation refers to the spread of nuclear weapons capabilities and is a significant concern for international security due to the potential devastation that nuclear weapons can cause. Now, it's interesting that the brother posted that because we remember they came out with that movie about a couple of years ago called Oppenheimer.
Yep.
Right? If you remember Oppenheimer, when you get a chance, if you want to find that quote that he said, which link us right back to what's that in Isaiah 54:16, if I'm not mistaken. But basically, overall, Oppenheimer said that he's afraid they became the waster to destroy.
Yeah.
Something to that effect, roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah, it says, "Now I become death, the destroyer of worlds," is a famous quote from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita, famously invoked by J. Robert Oppenheimer upon witnessing the first atomic bomb test, Trinity test, in 1945. As the father of the atomic bomb, Oppenheimer used this phrase to describe the immense devastating power unleashed. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
There you go. So you got to understand, and for the brothers who went and saw that movie, just to touch on the point, remember that movie, they tried to paint him like he was towards the end, he was looking real sad, like, damn, like this technology that we have found or whatever. But see, that's the pride of Edom, man. Okay. The guy who passed away last year, that Elder Apostle Tahar and Elder Apostle Gabar brings out time and time again, the one who did the narrator for the film, The Late Great Planet Earth. Right? He even went into it and brought out Zechariah, the 14th chapter, when it talks about what was described within that chapter, which we call it the Sarah O'Connor scripture, right? Mm-hmm. About the eyes and the holes and stuff like that. And that was in the 70s. And they knew what that was talking about in terms of this devastation from this nuclear weapon. So we're here.
Yeah. And
it's all happening. You got it.
And like Elder Ricardo Kwame was speaking about, the nuclear missiles, the icing on the cake. They got all kinds. Trump even said they got weapons that he can't even talk about. They got shit. He said they got things that can destroy people without even touching them. You know what I'm saying? They got weather weapons. They got an actual ray that can come down and hit a certain location and only burn whatever target that's there. They showed you that with the whole Maui fire. All them people had their houses painted blue. None of that, whatever fire came down from heaven didn't touch it, but everybody else shit was just gone. And then the ultimate icing on the cake gonna be the nuclear fire. But Elder Ricardo Kwame, want me to keep reading in Isaiah 34? Elder Ricardo, you still there?
Yeah, Con.
So this is back in Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1. Again, verse 2, for the indignation of Yahweh Shemel Shai is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Right? It says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as the falling of the fig from the fig tree. Yep. And that's the nuclear destruction. You got it,
Khan. So that's really what we're seeing developing, And like I said, we still gotta be patient, but that's what we're definitely seeing it developing, and it's ramping up. These things are happening more and more. So we know where it's heading, and ultimately it's gonna end in the destruction of Babylon, man. Mm-hmm. All that pride that these guys have, man. They got the strong man in there boasting himself. We're the strongest we've ever been. We're the best we've ever been. All right, cool.
We'll see. Hey, like the scripture says in the book of Ezekiel chapter 20, I think 28 verse 3. I'll get it. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 28 verse 9. It says, wilt thou say before him that slayeth thee, I am a God, but thou shalt be a man and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. Right? So, you think that you're a power, you think that you have true might, but in the hands of Yahweh Shem Shai, you're just going to be a man. Right? And your pride has deceived you, as it says in the book of Obadiah. Your pride have deceived you, thou that dwellest from the clefts of the rocks. Right? Would you like me to keep reading, brothers?
No, that's it. Hey, Arkham, I'm gonna roll because I gotta get ready for camp.
All right, brother.
Okay,
Hey,
But yeah, I'm a listening though.
Con.
Hey,
Shalom,
shalom.
So what, Arkham? Yahba Shem Shabakatam.
Yeah, but you wait fast. Shalom.
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 Yeah, you got it. Fine.
Just to and to land back off you, that's why it says in Isaiah the 14th chapter that this is the purpose that Yahweh had purposed over the whole entire planet Earth, dealing with the destruction of Esau, Edom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's the reason why now, the reason why since this incident that's happened, everybody's looking at Amalek sideways now. Okay, and remember the scriptures tells you in Obadiah that the nations are despising Esau.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So we're in that time now where this devil, okay, he can't hide. He's lost control of the narrative. Okay, shameful spewing is upon his glory. Okay, the man of sin, the wicked that the Bible speaks of is being revealed in our time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There should be no reason now for anybody out there to sit up there and say, well, the so-called white man, he ain't the devil that the Bible. No, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about.
That's right.
Right? We're here now, and everything beginning with the apostles, the bishops, the elders on down that have been telling you for the last 40 years is here in your face.
Yeah,
you got it.
Like Bishop Elder Joshua said yesterday at the live show. He said that everything we've been saying is literally happening right now. Everything we're saying is happening. Everything we're saying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shalom Shai, we're actually witnessing it. And that's why a lot of people, some people are starting to try to turn that corner. Now they want to be more wise about the Satanism that's going on around. Some of them trying to be more vocal, right? Esau is being laid bare with some of the things that he's doing. It's being shown that he's an outright liar. He's lying to the people, right? To the people that don't have no understanding, and his pride above all, right? All that American pride. Like they sent this man, the strong man, like Elder Ricardo called him, the strong man. They sent them in here to level America, and Americans don't even see what's happening, right? He's doing it in a myriad of ways. Real quick, there's that precept you had mentioned, brother. It says, Obadiah. I'll start at 1. Obadiah 1:1, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua concerning Edom. That's another thing too, because Edom is the most prominent nation in the scriptures next to Israel, right? Yep. Prominent meaning that when it comes to prophecy, the prophecy of judgment is pointing straight at him. It's all
Elder, isn't Edom going to receive salvation, man? Come on, man.
Yeah, let them. Well, maybe the TGC ministries can help them out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they can help them out. Send them a care package, and he may make it. But again, it's concerning Edom, right? Which the nations don't want to talk about. They don't want to openly speak about that, or they'll shift the buck. They'll call the Arabs the Edomites. They'll say America is the Edomites, and the small hats in Israel are the Lord's people. But wait a minute, if that's the case, y'all work hand in hand. The scripture said that there will be enmity between Israel and Edom, right? It said that, right? We would have a problem, but you don't see that over there with them people, right? So this is concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Shai, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. And that started with that dude. What's his name, brothers? He used to be the prime minister of Egypt, the president of Egypt, Gabal Nasser.
Nasser, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he said what? He said that these people will never have peace over here because they left black and they came back white.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, obviously, the internet, they scrubbed that information, but it was there, it was out there. Right? And why? Because these nations, they starting to see not only that, it ain't even about their skin complexion, because they'll get excited. Oh, they want to kill me because I'm white. No. It's you want to be the nations want to destroy you because of what you've done to them. Yep. How you exploited them. See, the difference between them nations and us right now, we don't have no physical, military to go to war with this man. We don't have ambassadors to speak on our behalf at the UN, at these groups, the G20 meetings. These are your people, the heathen nations, right? But these heathen nations, they working with you, but at the same time, they plotting against you because they victims too. The elite of their people are winning, but the average person in these countries are losing. So it says, behold, behold, I've made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. You got it, bro.
Yeah, you see, and they're being greatly despised. Like I said, I got to keep bringing it up because I believe through the Spirit, and this is, that interview that happened with Tucker Carlson and Huckabee. The questions he was asking Mike Huckabee, that put an even bigger target on Edom's back when it comes to the identity. So now Edom is in a real identity crisis. This is why he is known as the vagabond of the earth. This is why, okay, he's a fugitive of the earth. He's every other nationality other than what the fuck he's supposed to be. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So go ahead. Yeah.
No, you got it, brother.
No, I was just going to say, so right now, like we said, he's lost control of the narrative. Elder Malcolm says all the time, if they didn't go ahead with this war, right, Netanyahu will be he'll be under the charges with the criminal court justice system dealing with the international courts. So you got to keep the war going.
Yeah, well, Trump, when he was over there, the last time he was over there and they was praising Trump, he was like, "Oh man, let BB go, man. He's a good guy, man." And the people were sitting there looking at him like, "What?" They ain't finna let. But see, as long as they at war, they can't pay attention to putting this dude in prison.
Yep.
For his war crimes, right? But again, who is his war crimes affecting? The average so-called small hat, tiny top, right? Those elites over there, those elite politicians, those elite military men and women, those elite families, the wealthy people over there. BB's their man. If he can't do it, no one can. You know what I'm saying? That small hat, that rat, like he's the guy that they want. So they ain't gonna let him get locked up. Yep. As long as they keep the war going. Right? Didn't they said they had a peace treaty with Gaza, and they still whooping Gaza ass. They can't even turn Gaza into a fucking Fritz Riviera on a Mediterranean. Not on a Mediterranean, on the coast of Israel. That's what they want. That's what they want to do. While and then secretly they want to try to get the rest of the Holy Land blessing by taking over these countries, which Iran is not part of our land, right? But the point of the matter is they want to control the Middle East. They've been set up to be a proxy, right? They're an Edomite proxy, colonization in the Middle East, because they didn't colonize the Middle East the way they colonized the Americas, right? The way they colonized the Pacifics, right? They didn't do that. So then they did it in 1948. Yep. And they set up a colony of Edomites in the state of Israel. You got it, bro.
I had a precept, Micah 2:1 says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand." Going into what the elder just mentioned right now. Okay, so them top bankers, the elite, which we know most of them are what the small hat, and everything they've been doing, is basically is you can't. No other nation here can come to them and be like, "Yo, you gotta stop doing this. You gotta stop invading this country." No, they're gonna keep going invading these countries over there trying to get resources. But there's one country that you're gonna try to invade, and that's when how about Hashem Yashar is gonna put a spear upon them to retaliate back and start that World War III, which is Iran. So they're fucking with the wrong ones right now.
Well, another thing too. Well, real quick, that word for power there, Zaquan, is al, and right here it says a god, false god, demons, and imaginations. So these devils, they deal with these demons and their imaginations. All of this is in the power of their hand to do so.
Yeah,
but
God like it. Yeah, because you read Ezekiel 28 before, right?
I was reading 38. Yeah, I read Ezekiel 28:9. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you go to the top, like it says, how this devil Esau, start with them Garabots. How basically how they're gonna try to be in a position of how about Shem Yahshua. Mm-hmm. When you go, you can get to the point of it.
Where you want me to go at, brother?
Which is I think you start from verse. You can start from the top and read through it.
This is Ezekiel 28:1. The word of Yahweh Shah came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of the Most High. Yep.
Yeah, and that's what Esau's, been doing, be acting like, and right now they haven't accomplished it yet because the mage, it's like the major movement that they're trying to bring forth is that the mark of the beast, where that microchip is within you, so they can control you, and that's like the finisher. That's like, okay, this is it, we got it. Now we acting like God now, but for now they still they're trying their best to do so.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why the scripture says the pride have deceived thee. Because remember, Ecclesiastes 8:11, it tells you clearly that let me get it real quick because I don't want to butcher it. But Ecclesiastes 8:11, it says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of man is fully set in them to do evil. Now, what's crazy is when you go to Psalms 37:7, where it talks about fret not for the man that bringeth wicked devices to pass. When you go into that Hebrew word for wicked devices, that goes into their plot, their scheming, their wicked inventions. You see what I'm saying? And we know that their main, wicked invention that they trying to bring to pass to back you up is that mark of the beast, the charagma.
Yeah.
Okay. That ties into what's that, Job 5:12, where it talks about their enterprise, the new world order setup. You see what I'm saying? And so they're not going to get through it, and that's where Yahweh Bashim Shah has them in a trick bag, pursuant to Job the 20th chapter. As soon as they get ready to fill their belly, it's over with.
Even
put a step on it. You got it.
Even Psalm 73 as well. The Most High is going to put them in the secret places.
Yeah. It says back in Ezekiel 28:2, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God, and in the midst of the seas. Yet thou art a man and not a God, though thou set the heart as the heart of God or of a power. You got it.
Yeah. And that's Esau for you, man. He's, right now, he has that power over the other nations, but eventually that is, that right there is going to be stopped, because right now, like we read before in the book of Joel, let the wicked say I am strong. These other nations who drank that juice of Babylon, they're all like, man, this right here is not it. Or it's like that wine. This is some shit, this is some fucking shit ass wine. We can't keep drinking this shit, So we gotta
the nations
turn
are
it
mad.
back. Yeah, they're turning back like, nah, man, fuck it. Enough is enough. Because, you make treaty with us. And what do? You turn around and you break those treaty with what they did in Gaza. And look, we can start with the Native Americans. We know what Esau did with them.
Yep.
Esau's is a liar, man. And so these nations are waking up to know, like, man, this gotta be the devil. Even there's this movie, man. It was, I think it's Bruce Lee or Ip Man, where the Chinese were calling fucking Esau the devil in the movie.
Yep.
So these nations, they be knowing.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like they'll call them that, but they're elite. They already sold out to Esau.
Yeah,
right?
He can't.
Esau don't care if you call him a devil. He don't care. Yeah, he's like, in his mind, it just said in his mind, he thinks that he's a power, right?
Yeah.
Because he has all his control, and they think that they're going to get all of this through this mighty war. This mighty war going to cripple the whole world, and the elite going to come out like a phoenix from the ashes and rise up and take over the world in perpetuity. And that's not going to happen, right? It's you're playing right into the hands of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You falling right into the hands of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You're being orchestrated by the hands of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to make this happen. I got a precept. I know Elder Ricardo Cohen had mentioned it about the winds of destruction in the book of Revelation chapter 7, right? This is the book of Revelation 7:1. It says it's called an interlude. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's happening like in between all of this happening. It says, and after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow, that the wind should not blow on the earth nor on the sea or any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. Right? And so, that's another reason why the destruction didn't happen early on. That's another reason why the destruction didn't happen before, because first and foremost, the elect got to be sealed. Right? And I remember a couple years ago, Elder Pastor Tahar, he said, man, like he believes, man, the elect got to be sealed at this point. And the word done went out across the four corners of the earth. Brothers and sisters waking up all across the earth. Yeah, we're going to have brothers coming in the 11th hour. You know what I'm saying? And it's all good, but the point of the matter is that the elect is being sealed, and that those winds of destruction, right? That mighty wind going to be the nuclear missile, that nuclear destruction, a nuclear wind, but those winds of destruction, the angels are holding off, but slowly but surely they're letting it go. And as we see right here in these different videos, this one is still live, right? They got live footage from Tehran, right? The smoke going up in the air. And this is not a light thing. These ain't light attacks. This is not something that's going to stop. Right now, we're in well, like I did a video some time ago, like the boy Dr. Strange said, we're in the end game now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're in the end game.
Mm-hmm.
And that definition for end game is the definition for end game. It says the final stage of a game, such as chess or bridge, when few pieces or cards remain. And we're in that time. Right? We're witnessing the beginning of the end of this man, and he don't even know it. And they sent Trump up there to talk, and I'll pass it back to your video, brother, because I know you got that video with Trump on it, so you go ahead and switch it back, my brother.
Because to add to you real quick, I was going to say, let me go here. I want to get this here, just touching on the wind, right? Because going back to that video, now to the Akim in the chat, this was posted earlier today to show you the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is speaking, because this is a billboard from Iran that says, if you sow the wind, you will reap the whirlwind.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So, and now, it speaks, what's that, Jeremiah 51, where it talks about the destroying wind.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So this is the time that we're in. Okay. Hey, measure thou the time diligently within itself, and when thou seest the part of the signs pass, as I told thee, right, as the scripture says, then you should know that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world. So whether you live under a rock or whatever, or you just too preoccupied or whatever it is you got going on in your life, we're coming in that final hour where you can't say that you didn't know.
Check this out, brother. I looked at saying up. I asked a question. I said, what does the Iranian saying, if you sow the wind, you reap the whirlwind mean? It says the Iranian saying, if you sow the wind, you reap the whirlwind, is a warning that minor hostile actions sowing the wind will lead to catastrophic, disproportionate consequences, reaping the whirlwind. Used recently on a Tehran mural, it warns the U.S. against military actions implying severe retaliation. Meaning it signifies that small provocations, and that's what these are right now. These are small provocations. We throw a missile at y'all throw a missile at us, and y'all attack U.S. bases. So they can claim that American soldiers was killed over there. We don't know. We ain't over there. But they can use that as a reason to go to war. And now with all of this shit, and that's what Esau does, bro. Whenever his back against the wall, he throw the war card out there. Y'all would just trip. Everybody was tripping about the Epstein files and all the shit that was going on. The Clintons being sequestered and subpoenaed and talking shit. And now they're like, oh, we got a war breaking out. We ain't got no time to worry about Epstein. We got a war in Iran going on right now. Right? Which America, you just got out of 2 wars that lasted over 20 fucking years. And now your fighting force is weak as shit. Nobody wants to fight. I don't know. I couldn't even imagine what a draft gonna look like. because you know not to draft none of us, because we ain't fighting for you, man.
Fucked up.
Yeah, fuck that. I rather go back to the spirit world than fight for this man. It's crazy. Absolutely not. You have to sacrifice me to Satan. That's not gonna happen. But there are people that's gonna get drafted. A lot of men gonna get drafted, and we in that time too.
And women too. And women.
And, oh yeah, I forgot Salaki, because they got women in the military. So a lot of women you gonna get drafted too. They're gonna be trying to run and get pregnant. Oh, I'm pregnant. I can't put more. I'm pregnant. All right, you drop that baby in 9 months, and the 10th month, your ass in the desert, getting busy, getting hot. You know what I'm saying? But that's the type of time we in. Well, it's gonna be so bad. That's why all these women with all these delusional mindsets out here. That's just about to leave. You don't even know what's happening. Nope. Your men about to be eviscerated in this war. I was thinking about that earlier yesterday. I was like, yo, look. It ain't gonna be nothing to come back home to. It ain't gonna be no home.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So it says, meaning it signifies that small provocations or acts of aggression will inevitably result in much larger, more violent, uncontrollable consequences. This war is gonna get so out of hand, we ain't gonna be able to control it because Russia ain't stepped in yet. Not like
that part, yeah.
You know, not knowingly. You know what I'm saying? Not like on the front stage, because I'm telling you, something's gonna happen between that small state of Israel and them Carmanians, bro. They're gonna do something to them people, and they're gonna have to go.
Yep.
Right? And it says, context: the phrase was featured in January 2026 YouTube mural in Tehran, depicting a damaged U.S. aircraft carrier serving as a direct threat against potential U.S. military strikes. The origin, while used by Iran, the proverb is biblical in origin, Hosea 8:7. Conveying a message that cause and effect. Let's go to that. Hosea 8:7. Everybody want to quote the scriptures now. I thought y'all believed Ali Akbar. What happened to that?
Yep.
Now everybody want to quote the word of the scriptures, man, because this is the true word. This is Hosea 8:7. For they have sown the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind. It have no stalk, the bud shall yield no mill. If so be it yield, the strangers shall swallow up. Let me see. It says Israel reaps the whirlwind, right? It says, verse 1 says, set the trumpet in thy mouth. He shall come as an eagle against the house of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, because they have transgressed my covenant and trespassed against my law. So this is the Lord bringing judgment to Israel, right? The northern kingdom first, right? And then now they're applying it to these other nations. Israel, well, verse 8 says right here, it says, Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein is no pleasure. And that's what you got us amongst these different nations right now, scattered amongst them, catching him.
If I might say, man, that when you go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7, it says that these curses that was upon us are going to be upon these nations.
Yep.
So what we just read in the book of Hosea, you know, that's something that we going through. Okay, right now being going through, even right now going through right now. Well, that's gonna be a reverse and be put up on those Gararats who happen to be there proclaiming to be the real people of God. That's what's gonna happen to them. Pursuant to what the prophecy, Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 7. It's gonna be applied to you fucking heathens down with Amalek.
Yeah, this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 7. And Yahweh by Shema Shai, thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee. And that's all you nations. Like the elder said earlier, all you nations are wicked. It ain't like one nation is more wicked than another. They all ain't shit. When they was all in power, they all had opportunity to be in power. What God did they represent? They represented their idols, right? Talk shit about ours until Yahweh Shema Shai showed them what time it was, and then some of them acquiesced, right? Because they had to. What you going to do? You can't fight against them. The point of the matter is that what did they do? They did the same thing Esau doing. You give them you give them an inch, they take a yard. They oppress the Lord's people. They kill the Lord's people. They turn the Lord's people out into idolatry. They magnify themselves above the Lord's people. They exalt the fact that our people fall down, fell, and they clap their hands. They get excited about it. So none of you nations are exempt. It's just that right now the Lord using the most basest nation on the planet Earth to lead the show, which is the Edomite.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why it says what's that in Maccabees? What nation hath not a part to play in Israel?
Yeah,
Roughly
Maccabees
paraphrasing.
14.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
it's second Maccabee. It might be second. Hold on.
I know it's 2
I know
and
it's
19, I think.
yeah, second Maccabees.
But yeah, what nation had not a part to play in? Meaning all the nations is guilty for what they did.
What nation?
You know, just like it tells you in Revelation, the 11th chapter, with us being in a dead estate, they how does it go at Revelation 11th chapter that they closed what is it? They closed not their graves or something to that effect, which is a metaphor for them knowing who we were as a people, but yet they didn't suffer us to have rest in our graves.
Which is our nationality. They didn't give us our nationality back. They didn't give us our land back. They didn't tell us who we were. When we went into a state where we lost who we were, forgot who we were, these nations, they just left us our dead bodies in the streets. And our people are dead from the neck up. Those that are without, which is the 2/3 of our people, right? And they just let them lie there. But they don't care. They step over them, use them as the streets. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? But this is what the elder brother had mentioned. First Maccabees 2 and 10. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils, man? So all you nations have gotten of the spoils, and the ultimate judgment for that is this war, this third world war. Billions of people are about to perish because of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, you got it, brother.
Oh yeah, another precept. But you already read that one, right? First Maccabees 2 and 10.
Yep. I just read it. We just read it.
Another precept. Elder, can you get a Jeremiah 25, Jeremiah chapter 25 and 27, and can you read it in the NLT? From 20. Jeremiah 25 from 27 to all the way to verse 30, but in NLT.
This is Jeremiah 25 and 27 in the NLT. It says, then Yahweh Bashanal Shai said unto me, now tell them this is what the Lord Yahweh Bashanal Shai of heaven's armies, the power of Israel says, drink from the cup of my anger, get drunk and vomit, fall to rise no more, for I am sending terrible wars against you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And this, hold on, I'm trying to see who you're talking to.
It's going into the heathen nations when you read.
I'll keep reading. It says, against you, and if they refuse to accept the cup, tell them Yahweh Bashanal Shai of heaven's army says, you have no choice but to drink from it. That's right. Mm-hmm. Like these Edomites and these other nations think that they got a part in this to say something, or we're going to talk it across the table. Right? I know what the Bible said, but we're going to use diplomacy. We'll fight a little bit, but we'll use diplomacy and we'll get over this because the elite, they got the whole world in their hands. So we just they ain't gonna let this go the way. That's bullshit. You're gonna fight. You have no choice. You have no choice. You have to accept that cup. We had no choice. We had no choice. Right? We rebelled against the Lord. We rebelled against Yahweh Bashanal Shai. That was the worst thing we could have done. Right? But it had to happen so we can learn. But you nations, you rebelled against the Lord, and it's not even a learning lesson for you. You did it because you felt you had the power to do so. So now you're gonna have to drink from it. It says, verse 29, I have begun to punish Jerusalem, the city that bears my name, which is Yerushalayim. The Lord's name is in that. It says that bears my name. Now should I let you go unpunished? No, you will not escape disaster. I will call for war against all the nations of the earth. I, Yahweh Bashanal Shai of heaven's armies, have spoken.
That's right. Yeah. I think
now, I'm sorry.
There's more to it. I
said
just to read, but if you want to read this one, go ahead.
You told me to read verse 30, but you got another one, brother?
Yeah, you go ahead. Go. Slack it.
Verse 30 is, now prophesy all these things and say to them, Yahweh Bashanal Shai will roar against his own land from his holy dwellings in heaven. He will shout like those who tread grapes. He will shout against everyone on earth. Yep. His cry of judgment will reach the ends of the earth. And it is. It is. We screaming it. We screaming. We're the mouthpiece of Yahweh Shai. It said that in the book of Hosea, chapter 12, verse 10, I believe. Right? Tell us that we the mouthpiece of the Lord. So we screaming it. We screaming what? The words of what? Judgment. What crying of judgment will reach the end of the earth, for Yahweh will bring his case against all nations. We in court.
His case.
He's a judge, juror, executioner, right? Prosecutor. He's the lead prosecutor. We're the witnesses, right? We're the assistant prosecutors, because we standing there telling you, showing the evidence. Yep. That's right, bro. We the legal aids. You know what I'm saying? We're going through the book, you know what I'm saying, seeing what's going on. Yeah. How about Shai using us in this court? You got it, brother.
Yeah, because you know, us being a small sanctuary, all right, these digital epistles that we do when the brothers link up, you know, when we go to camp and stuff like that, this is us pleading our cause to Yahweh Shai. The Inquisition is being made against these devils, in case you didn't know. That's right. And see, what's happening is, like Zaquan went into earlier, Esau with his pride, his heart is being made hardened, just like the ancient Pharaoh from Egypt.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? His heart is being made hardened. This is why Yahweh said in Zechariah, the 3rd chapter, I believe the 8th verse, wait ye upon me, for my determination is to gather the nations, roughly paraphrasing. And this is what you see happening right now.
Yeah. And there has to be a controversy to gather them to war. And we're seeing it says, he will judge all the people of the earth, slaughtering the wicked with the sword. That's the wicked Esau, Edom, along with the wicked of our people.
That's right.
Yep. So, and then that sword is that nuclear missiles. I'm telling you, man. I, Yahweh, have spoken. That was it.
That goes back to Isaiah 34:5. His sword should be bathed in heaven. And it shall come down upon who? Idumea.
Yeah. Listen to the verse 32 in the NLT. This is what Yahweh Bashal Shai of heaven's army says. Look, disaster will fall upon nation after nation. A great whirlwind of fury is rising. The brother shows you that the Iranians invoking the book of Hosea, and now it's doubling down in Jeremiah 25 and 32. It says, what? A great whirlwind is rising from the most distant corners of the earth. That's that whirlwind.
The distant corners. You can't make this up, man. You can't make this up.
It's over.
You can't.
Like, what more? Oh my goodness,
it's
man.
over. It's
hey.
like my man in Minister Society, Bill Duke, man. What do you say? You know you done fucked up, right?
Right.
You done fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They go over there fumbling and mumbling. He's through. It says in those days, in that day, those Yahweh Bashan Shah has slaughtered will fill the earth from one end to the other. No one will mourn for them or gather up their bodies to bury them. Elder Ricardo Kwame spoke about the theaters of war, the different theaters of war that's going to be happening. It's going to be happening in South America. It's going to be happening in Europe, America, North America, parts of Africa. It's going to be a war. It's the reason why they call it the World War, bro.
Over here too.
Yeah. Oh, can't forget the Pacific in Australia. You can't forget New Zealand, right? Because they got armies too.
They got armies too. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It says in those days, Yahweh Bashan Shai has slaughtered. In that day, those Yahweh Bashan Shai has slaughtered will fill the earth from one end to the other. No one will mourn for them or gather up their bodies to bury them. They will be scattered on the ground like manure, like shit. Man, bro, this is that's a lot here, brother. I didn't mean to, take it.
No, you good, because
no, you good. You good.
A lot of for bringing that up. And that NLT be hitting sometimes, man.
Yeah.
You get can you get Sirach chapter 36 and verse 15, Babak Shah?
Good. It's the book of Sirach chapter Sirach. I'm sorry, what was it again, brother?
Chapter 36 and 15, I believe.
God. Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 36 and 16?
15.
15. and 15. Right? It says, come on. It's acting up. All right. It says, verse 15, Sirach 36 and 15, give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name.
Yeah, and see that testimony is the testimony of Yahweh Shah, which goes into the spirit of prophecy, right? Yeah. So that just proves to you that the men are back here again today, and they're a lot, and they have been risen up, and they have been given the understanding of the scriptures in these last days to show you the tokens. All right, these are the signs of the times. This is what's going to happen. All right, as Yahweh Shah said in Matthew the 11th chapter. All right, it is like, where shall I liken this generation unto? It is like, as he said in the market, piping unto their fellows. But guess what? Jake ain't dancing to the tune of the beat. You see what I'm saying? Because this, as it says in Ezekiel, all right, the prophet is likened unto an instrument playing a lovely song, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, and this is part of that new song, man. This is what we sang it. Our salvation is nearer than when we believe.
You got in Ecclesiastes 36 and 16, reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets be found faithful. That's what's happening. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shah, we're going to be found faithful. We're doing exactly what we're supposed to do. We're telling you the truth. We're not lying, right? We're showing you evidence. We're lining it up with the scriptures, with the precepts. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
This is really going down. It's really going down right now, and it's going to get worse. It may cool down because other things got to happen before the Third World War come. That chip got to come.
That's right.
But this is still a major update. You know, I remember.
Can I get one more precept before we play a video?
Oh, you got it. I wasn't about to play. I was just showing the video, but you got what video?
Can you get a Second Ezra chapter 4 verse 37?
Consequent. This is the book of Second Ezra chapter 4 verse 37.
Yeah.
Second Ezra 4 verse 37. It says, by measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times. He doth not move nor stir them until the said measure is fulfilled. So,
like we're going through, right now we're touching on this World War, the beginning of World War III. You have some idiots out there that say, oh, World War III is here, it's already starting. No. This is just the stages of it building up the whole, fight before it happens. Because we gotta wait for the market beast to get here, which is that microchip. We gotta wait for that first, and also Jacob trouble. There's 10 plagues that are gonna take place before World War III really pops off. But this is like before a fight, you got the promotion going. So, one person's talking shit here, somebody's shouting, somebody pushing, spitting, talking. That's what we see happening right now. America and Israel, what they did to Iran. Iran said, "Fuck that. We're gonna go ahead and shoot, strike those bases over there in Qatar, Qatar, UAE, and what was the other country again?
Bahrain.
Bahrain. That's just like that's just building for this World War III.
Yep.
That's the build up. That's just that's the most like how about Shimon tried directing it.
Yeah, because Revelation 11 and 14.
Yep.
War coming quickly. Yep.
I'm asking ChatGPT a question. Give me a quick second. Is America now at war with Iran? I asked it on a Google, and this picture popped up. Well, all of this popped up. I asked the question: is America at war with Iran now? And all of this is talking about U.S. Israel attack Iran live. Remember, the small hat's gonna draw out, right? It says Trump is marching toward war with Iran. He hasn't bothered to make clear why. Well, the Most High Yahweh Shai want him to. That's why.
Prophecy.
And here's what ChatGPT said: is America now at war with Iran? Yes. As of February 28th, and remember, March is the March goes back to the so-called God of War. So now they bring March is tomorrow. March 1st over there, I believe. I believe no, shit is about to be March 1st over there.
Yeah,
So
yeah. In a few hours, it will be March 1st. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be March 1st here in a few hours. Yep.
Yeah, and this is right at the end of Black History Month. Now you got the war coming up. So it says yes, as of February 28, 2026, the United States and Iran are in an active military conflict. Major developments today show significant escalation. Current situation: the U.S. has begun large-scale combat operations against Iran, alongside Israel, with strikes on targets inside of Iranian territory. U.S. President Donald Trump described these as major combat operations aimed at destroying Iranian missile systems, naval forces, and military infrastructure. Reports indicate coordinated U.S. and Israeli air and missile strikes on multiple Iranian cities, including Tehran. These actions represent direct military engagement between the U.S. forces and Iranian targets. Iran has reportedly responded with missile attacks against Israeli territory and may pursue further retaliation, which raises the risk of a broader regional conflict. And they were talking about how like a lot of these things are going to happen. You know, pundits and stuff, like so-called theorists, they say that there's going to be a lot of false flag attacks happening. A lot of different things going to be happening, and they're going to blame these people. So they press forward to mark the war. What this means, this is more than heightened tensions. The United States is conducting military operations on Iranian soil and actively targeting Iranian military and missile infrastructure. While the conflict scale, duration, or broader objectives are still evolving, these events go beyond routine disputes or proxy engagements. They reflect actual combat between the U.S. forces and Iran rather than mere threats and sanctions. So guess what? We ain't heard them go to Congress yet. You ain't even go to Congress. You just had to. You had that long ass State of the Union address a couple days ago, and now you're at war. You had something, brother?
The brother posted 12 Tribes of Israel 95 said the ancient Romans honored the god of war by naming an entire month of him March. Mars was most often celebrated in March and October, the beginning and end of the military season. And remember, all of this started back in October the 7th in 2023.
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, in the Army, I was in the Army. So in the Army, our physical year starts in October. So the new physical year starts in October. As he said right here, he said it says was most often celebrated in March and October, the beginning and the end of the military season. So this still happens. So we at the beginning. Let's ask the question: when does the military year start in America? When does it start? October 1st, like I told you. Yep. It says the physical year starts October 1st, which that's supposed to be the ending. So it's the ending. It says the physical year ends September 30th, right? What is the significance? Okay, what is the significance of March to the U.S. military? All right, what is the significance of March to the U.S. military? March holds a significance for the U.S. military, though the March 4th slogan on March 4th, encouraging progress and resilience, and has a key time for celebrating history, such as the 250th anniversary of the Army. It also characterized by intense training, readiness, exercise, and the symbolic use of marches and ceremonies to build unit cohesion. So all of these, because you remember they operate on the left-hand side. So March is a heavy month for them, right? Operational readiness. March is a critical period for training exercises to ensure unit readiness. Symbolism of marching. March establishes order, discipline, and unity, serving as a foundational element for military training and tradition. So damn, it's a lot going on.
And then in March, isn't that March 3rd? They're gonna be a blood moon.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
blood.
March
Yeah.
3rd.
Yeah,
Sure.
and
Right.
then today
The-
that's when those are 6 planet where aligned
Alignment.
together. Something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm. A lot is happening.
What's up?
So, it says a total lunar eclipse or blood moon occurs on the morning of Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. The moon will appear coppery red. Totality lasts an hour, peaking at 6:33 a.m. Eastern. So that's like 12 o'clock, 12:30. No, it's around like I think like 1:33 my time here in America. Best views are from Western North America, East Asia, and Australia. Oh, you brothers gonna get to see it where the moon turns red, safe to view with the naked eye. Yeah. So and oh man, it's heavy. And the Lord said he's gonna have what signs in the heaven, man, and the sun and the moon.
Because this week,
Joel, right?
Oh, I'll get it.
Yeah, Joel too. Because right now we're in the middle of the month come Monday evening because it should be a full moon if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which means we got 2 weeks left before the next new moon. So,
well, according to Nate, Bishop Nate, this is it's a Sabbath because it's a full moon. Let him say. I'm sorry, we're at in Joel, brother.
Joel
30.
Yeah.
Just Joel chapter 2 and 30, the day of Yahweh Shai, and I will show wonders in heaven and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of Yahweh Shai come.
There you go.
And we seen that. We seen what's going on. It's a lot. It's a lot happening, man.
How much more plain, can we make it? When you go into what's going on across the 4 corners of the earth and link it with biblical prophecy, So, like I'll say it again, like Elder Apostle Rakas says, we going into the 3rd month of 2026. Where are the scoffers at?
Well, they hiding because they see what's really going on. And they'll pop back up, but they hiding because they can't. They live in a lie. It says, I asked the question, why did Trump not get permission from Congress? Here's why President Trump did not get formal permission from Congress before ordering or escalating military action against Iran. The Constitution versus war powers. The U.S. Constitution clearly gives Congress the power to declare war, Article 2, while the president is commander-in-chief, Article 2. Historically, presidents have taken military action abroad without formal war declarations by Congress, but the Constitution still says only Congress can authorize actual war. The War Powers Resolution and Presidential Authority. There's a 1973 law called the War Powers Resolution intended to limit unilateral military actions. It says the president must consult Congress before introducing U.S. forces into hostility. So he's not bringing U.S. forces there, like troops, yet. It also requires reporting to Congress within 48 hours and limits engagement to 60 days unless Congress approves or extends it. However, many presidents, both parties, have interpreted this broader executive authority to act without prior congressional authorization, claiming intent powers under Article 2, Commander-in-Chief, or implied authority from previous authorizations for use of military forces. In practice, this has become a gray area, and Esau loves that gray area. Presidents often act first and deal with Congress later. The lack of current previous authorization, like 1991, 2002, were repealed in 2025, meaning older legal cover that presidents lean on for military actions no longer exists. That makes the question of authority even more unclear and controversial. No imminent attack on U.S. I'm sorry, you got it, brother.
No, I was just agreeing. Yeah.
It says most legal scholars say presidents can use military force without congressional approval only in very narrow circumstances, like repelling an imminent attack on the United States. But there's no imminent attack on the United States right now. In Iran, the situation there was no direct Iranian attack on U.S. homeland. That would clearly create that condition. That's why critics, including members of both parties in Congress, argue that Trump should seek but did not get congressional authorization first. The Congress pushed back. Members of Congress, including senior lawmakers, have publicly said the administration has not given clear legal or strategic justification. Only Congress has the constitutional power to decide on war. Well, not according to Donald Trump. Not according to this guy. He said he can do what he want to do.
That's going to cause that can very well link it to the civil war that's brewing, right? Because now you got politicians that are coming out and they're against one another. You know what I'm saying? So if this guy's going ahead and making moves without the congressional authorization, all right, the country's in complete turmoil now because now they're like, hey, we got a complete dictatorship within office that's sitting up here just calling shots or whatever, as it says in Isaiah the 19th chapter, that cruel Lord, right? That's it. Bingo. That's it.
He is that cruel Lord. Oh yeah, this is him. You got something else before I play this video, Zaquan? Elder Yashar?
No, let's let it roll.
Yeah, that's good. We good.
Okay. Let me play this real quick. See, y'all can hear this?
By eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible.
Of President Donald Trump announcing and confirming. We have now that clip of President Donald Trump announcing and confirming operations on Iran. Let's listen to him.
A short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard.
Well, you heard what he said, eliminating imminent threats. We just read that unless there's an imminent threat, you can't go to war with them. But that's that gray area.
So that's the same thing, Salaki. That's the same thing we experienced going back to 01 with Iraq.
Yeah.
Nuclear weapons of mass destruction.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's the same playbook.
Terrible people. Menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world. For 47 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries. Among the regime's very first acts was to back a violent takeover of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding dozens of American hostages for 444 days.
Nigga, that was
in 1983, Iran.
That was in the 80s, bro. The fuck that got to do with now? That got nothing to do with 2026, man.
Where was this on the news? Where was this on the news?
He did. I just thought about it when he said that. I was like, what, nigga? That happened in the 80s, bro. Jesse Jackson helped bring them niggas home. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck, bro?
The Marine barracks bombing in Beirut that killed 444 men, holding dozens of American hostages for 444 days. In 1983, Iran's proxies carried out the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut that killed 241 American military personnel. In 2000, they knew and were probably involved with the attack.
What's that, bro?
You notice you see how he's bringing up shit that happened in the past, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But this devil, he'll be the one to tell us when it comes to our people and you bring up slavery or whatever, oh, that was in the past, let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, brother. I didn't say it. Bro. I was literally thinking it. That was the spirit, bro. I was literally thinking that.
I just had to say that, man.
Yeah, he's the only one that can go to the past and get judgment for things that happened in the past. Not us.
That's what I'm saying.
Not us. Man, this man's a devil. You have something to say, Elder Yashar?
No, I was going to say, this shows you that ISIS is in power, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Back on the USS Cole, many died. Iranian forces killed and maimed hundreds of American service members in Iraq. The regime's proxies have continued to launch countless attacks against American forces stationed in the Middle East in recent years. as well as U.S. naval and commercial vessels and international shipping lanes. It's been mass terror, and we're not going to put up with it any longer. From Lebanon to Yemen and Syria to Iraq, the regime has armed, trained, and funded terrorist militias that have soaked.
Trump, U.S. has taken every possible step to minimize risk to the U.S. personnel in the region. Yeah. Okay.
Boy, you talk about demon time, boy.
We on it, man. The crew alert, man.
Yeah, Revelation 6 and 4.
All day. All day. And see, that's not only Revelation 6 and 4, that's Wisdom of Solomon 6 chapter 2, first 6 verses in. Because they have not judged the nations rightly.
Yeah, it's Revelation 6 and 4. And then went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
Yeah. Basically, like, go ahead.
I was gonna say he caught red-handed. Remember, he blessed with the sword. Caught red-handed with his. Hey, the scripture says that his foreskin should be uncovered.
Yeah.
His skirt should be lifted up.
Yep.
He got the sword.
And the reason why, even whatever Trump is saying with Iran, the reason why Iran is like that is because you Esau, you're the reason why they like that. Then, and to be honest, all these countries that you went over and invaded, how'd you get there? Who started it? They started, or you started it? You know,
they want Iran back anyway, because they used to have it underneath for the Shah of Iran. He was and then he went rogue, and then I think Mossadegh was before the Shah. I think Mossadegh was before. Nope, could have been Mossadegh was before the Shah, and then the Shah came in, and Mossadegh tried to nationalize the oil, and then they was like, hell no, and then the businessmen in the United States through the government and the CIA propped up the Shah, and for a minute the Shah was, he was cool. He was working with America, and he tried to nationalize it. And then what they do, it got overthrown by the Ayatollah Khomeini, and Khomeini or Khomeini, whatever his name is, Khomeini, that guy. And then the Shah ran out of Iran, and then they want to put the Shah's son in the power in Iran. That's what they want, because he's going to be a puppet for America. And then the Shah, the Ayatollahs, they brought that strict Muslim bullshit over here to Iran. Iran used to be a westernized country, right? Women were in the streets doing the fuck they wanted to do. And then Iran came in with the other people. So America been wanting to go back there because of the resources. They want their oil. They want everything that they got going on over there.
They miss Iran. They miss it so much.
Remember the last time we did a video, we had brought that video with General George Clark. He said that Iran was one of them countries that they wanted. 5 countries. Yeah. They wanted Iraq, they wanted Libya, they wanted Syria, they wanted Sudan, and then they wanted
Lebanon.
And I think also they wanted Iraq, Lebanon, Sudan, Sudan, Libya, and Iran. And they got Iraq, they got Sudan, they got Libya, right? And Lebanon.
Lebanon, yep.
And now all that's left is Iran. So this is all a part of it. And that was like in 2002 that General George Clark got that memo. And then they act like it don't exist no more. Because in that video, he said that he went back up there to talk to him. He said, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, General. I don't know what you're talking about." Right? It's all bullshit, bro.
And guts. And it was Iran's proxy, Hamas, that launched the monstrous October 7th attacks on Israel, slaughtering more than 1,000 innocent people, including 46 Americans, while taking 12 of our citizens hostage. It was brutal, something like the world has never seen before.
Oh my God.
Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. And just recently
is happening. And it says former President Clinton questioned by a congressional committee on Epstein links. And that shit wasn't public. You ain't hear none of the questions they asked him about that shit. And then the next day, a war breaks out. No more Epstein. No more Epstein.
Yeah, that shit's gonna be forgotten.
Yeah, Epstein's about to be old
That's
news.
that's from that movie Wag the Dog with Robert De Niro when the president was found to have an affair. They couldn't let that break out to the American people. So what did they do? They immediately made up a war.
Yeah, it was a big war. They had the old girl with the blue screen. She was
with the blue screen. Yep.
Getting the bread, and then, oh look, she's being destroyed and all this other shit. And the whole time he was acting. Crisis.
It was acting. Yep.
That's a heavy movie. Wag the Dog. That was a heavy movie.
Yeah, you brothers, if you haven't seen it, go and watch that this weekend if you have time. It's called Wag the Dog. It's an old movie. It's got Robert De Niro, and you'll see what the elders talking about.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
That was crazy, man. That
Yeah,
man came to office.
It was crazy as well. Like, was it last week, right? The situation that took place over there in Mexico. Like, what the fuck is Issa doing, man? What are you doing?
Well, they prop those cartels up anyway. It says right here, the making of fake news, right here.
Yep.
From Wag the Dog.
Okay, good. Put the village behind her.
Give me some flames.
Give me some flames.
Wow.
Yep.
Screaming's good.
Some sound of screaming.
Give me some screaming. He's a small hat sitting behind there playing games.
Look at me.
Fake screams.
Okay, we're gonna do it again, sweetie. What's her name? Stacy?
Tracy.
Tracy. One more time, Tracy. You're doing fine.
Motherfucker holding some Tostitos chips. And remember, Wag the Dog. This is symbolic. The Wag the Dog. Right? They show you the dog wagging his tail.
Look at that girl. Doesn't she look Albanian? She looks like she was born and raised in Albania.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all fake. Right? It's just showing you that it's all fake. And then right here.
Good night. And God bless. Trump that, Senator Neal, you howdy-doody looking Vance.
As we reported earlier, U.S. serviceman Willie Schuman remains missing behind enemy lines.
It's all, thinking ahead. That's what producing is.
It's like being a plumber.
Yes, like being a plumber. Do your job right, nobody should notice. When you fuck up, everything gets full of shit.
Symbol of his elite military team.
Oh, God. What do we do now, huh? Huh? What do we do now, huh, boy producer? Huh, Mr. Win an Emmy, social conscience, whale shit, save the rainforest, peacenik, commie, fucking hire a convict shithead? Huh? What do we do now, liberal affirmative action shithead, peacenik, commie, fuck? What do you want to do now?
This is nothing, piece of cake. Producing is being a samurai warrior. They pay you day in, day out for years so that one day, when called upon, you can respond. You're training at its peak and save.
Yeah, they try to kill this nigga anyway because he wanted fame. He wanted his name to be known. He's like, I want people to know who I am. I want an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the movie Wag the Dog, man. It's on. I guess you can rent it or buy it on YouTube, or you can find one of them sites and you can check it out. Another one is what is it called? Network. Another good movie from the
Network. Yeah.
He's a heavy movie, man, showing you what the fuck this man doing. All we know, this could be CGI. All we know, this could be all this shit CGI.
Yeah, there you go.
Somebody came on the comment board earlier. He said this is all fake. I was like, okay, I X'd him out, but hey, man. And then they got I'm sorry.
He could be right. He could be right.
Could be right. Fake news.
Remember, it's like Elder. Remember Daniel 12?
Rocket. What's that, bro?
No, I was gonna say. Remember, Daniel 12 said knowledge should be increased. So yeah, man, and that movie that was back around 1970, right?
Yeah, like the movie Wag the Dog.
Yeah.
It came out in 1997.
1997. Now imagine what type of technology ISO got now, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Real tough. Well, 9/11 was a false flag. And that's led us to the war with Iraq.
Yep.
People actually died in 9/11, but they were sacrificed. It wasn't no plane that hit. That place was
Yep.
that was a controlled demolition, man.
That's
And
right.
no plane even hit Building 7
with hologram technology.
Yep, straight up. So
of its own citizens on the street as they protested. It has always been the policy of the United States, in particular, and just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens, including 46 Americans, while taking 12 of our citizens hostage. It was brutal, something like the world has never seen before. Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror, and just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens on the street as they protested.
There's no evidence that they killed tens of thousands of their people for protesting.
He's lying.
Yeah, no evidence.
It has always been the policy of the United States, in particular, my administration, that this terrorist regime can never have a nuclear weapon.
Yeah, he said it's always been. He said my administration, like 'cause that's that pride that they could never have a nuclear weapon. Okay.
Yep.
I'll say it again. They can never have a nuclear weapon.
Well, Benjamin Netanyahu, he's been going back and forth to the UN for decades with signs and posters saying how close they are to building a nuclear bomb. You ever see that image? Benjamin, I hate this dude too. Netanyahu at the UN. Right, just Benjamin Netanyahu at the UN. Look, the curse. Look at this nigga. The curse. We're at the final stage. This is like a 12. Every time he go there with a poster. The first stage, 70%. Second stage, 90%. The final stage, boom. Right, and then it's what he does, man. He does this shit all the time. Netanyahu's speech. It says, "Who has murdered Americans and Europeans in cold blood?" Hold on. Shit. It says, this dude is a piece of shit. It says, I'm sorry. It says, who has murdered Americans and Europeans in cold blood? Al Qaeda, Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran, all the above. Yeah, this nigga, and that's that propaganda. He been pushing that shit forever, man. But that's all I have, brothers. I ain't got nothing else, man. I just want to bring this out. Y'all got anything else, brother?
Yeah, nah, that's pretty much it, man. It's just, like, the elder said earlier, this is fresh. We still got to see how this all plays out. We can't jump to conclusion with things. We understand that the Karagma has to come. We understand that Jacob's trouble has to be heightened. Okay, we understand that there's going to be martyrs for this truth as well, right? That prophecy has to be fulfilled. But everything that's been happening that the apostles have been, prophesying, over the last 30 plus years, 40 now, okay, it's all happening. It's all jumping off the pages, man. You know what I'm saying? And, like the scripture says, Yahweh Shai coming back as a thief in the night. So you got brothers and sisters out here, they just piss farting around. They playing with their own salvation. They're not taking this truth seriously, man. You know what I'm saying? And dudes finna be asked out, man. We keep telling y'all, Pookie and Ray Ray is right there at the door. They just waiting.
Yeah. Yeah, man. This ain't this not the time to be playing around. We're watchmen for the Lord, right? We're watchmen unto Israel, true watchmen, right?
Yep.
We're witnessing things happening and we're reporting on them. Right, ain't nobody else doing this for Israel, but Yahweh Shai and the men that he called his men. So just keep your eyes open. You got
now. Quote me if I'm wrong. And brother Yashar, we've been saying this. We're now approaching March of 2026. Since the start of 2026, GMS has been the only camp that has been reporting in almost, if not day by day, week by week, on prophecies leading up to that final world war. I have yet to see IUIC speak on the current events that's going on around the world. I have yet to see ISUPK speak on these topics. All I'm seeing is Captain Tazariak chasing the bag, going on these different platforms and shit.
Yeah, and Genesis 2.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, the Genesis is ministries now. They're concerned.
They're two dickheads. Fuck them.
Yeah, two dickheads. They concerned with salvation for the Edomites and the other nations because that's worldly. That's something that people gravitate to. But you can those niggas are set up for people to fall. Anybody that follows those guys, you're done. You just, hey man, stick a fork in it, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here, yo. This is what's really happening. And we didn't just get on here and just start talking out of our hearts through the spirit probably how about Shah. We were able to line it up with scriptures to show you, especially that one precept we brought out in the NLT. Breaking news: several major oil companies suspend oil shipments through the Strait of Hormuz, according to Reuters. And that's heavy too. That's real heavy.
Means gas prices finna go
through the roof.
Yeah, through the roof. And
bro, hey, I don't know if you're gonna say the same thing, but remember when I was telling you that the gas in Australia was so fucking cheap and something was gonna happen? Remember I told you that?
Yeah, because I looked at it today when I was like, damn, I think I better fuel up. And then this I'm like, oh shit, I'm done. I ain't finna spend no $4 on no
I guess
$4 a liter, man.
I guess is $4. Yeah. A little over $4.
A gallon?
1 gallon.
Yeah, for a gallon. So for us, that's about $2-3 a liter.
Yeah. So ours is like yeah. So I mean, like I got a couple places I go on post to get gas. It was like $3.9. I went yesterday. I believe I went yesterday and got day before yesterday. I got some gas. It was $3.49. And then but that's at the post. But if you go further on the island, it gets up there. It's get like the $4.50, damn near $5. So,
I knew I should because I seen it yesterday coming home from work. I was like,
well, the gas ain't
telling me too. Nah, you better pull over and fill up. So I'm like, nah, I should be straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna do a little gardening tomorrow. And then I see this how I'm like, damn, too late.
Well, no, brother, you still got some time. If it's, they ain't gonna skyrocket overnight. But
it's gonna take a while. Maybe by Monday you might see the price go up.
By Monday.
Yeah,
fluctuation, but we'll see. But this is heavy because they were afraid that Iran would close the Strait of Hormuz, block it off, because Iran got the power to do that if they want. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's something to keep your eyes open too. But yeah, man, this has been pressing news. This is just an update. I know these brothers gotta get some rest. I gotta get some sleep too, bro. May the Lord, hey brothers, keep your eyes open, stay pilled, and you know what I mean, keep the Lord in your prayer, keep the Lord in your furthermost in your mind. Yeah, how about you shot furthermost in your mind? Pray for the elect always. Pray for yourselves always, man. That's all I got.
All right, so with that, Akim, anything else you want to add on, brother Yashar, or we good?
Oh, man, that's everything, man. You guys, you got it. You said it right, so hey, let's go.
All right, so with that, Akim, signing off, giving all praise, glory, and honor be to Yahweh, Hashem, Yeshai, Bahasham, Rakah, Hakwadash. Double honors once again to the beloved elder apostles of Great Millstone, better known as GMS, who well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect, the tabernacle of David. Shalom.
Shalom.